Part 1. Introduction to the Importance of English and Overcoming the Fear. English has become a global language and is used widely for communication in various fields, including business, travel, education, and entertainment. However, many people feel intimidated or overwhelmed by the idea of speaking in English. The good news is that talking in English is not as difficult as it may seem. In fact, it can be easy and fun once you break it down into simple steps. Why speaking English is important. In today's world, speaking English opens up a multitude of opportunities. It allows you to communicate with people from different countries, access a wealth of knowledge and resources, and even improve your career prospects. Whether you're traveling, studying, or working in an international environment, English has become a key tool for connecting with others. However, despite its importance, many people struggle with speaking English due to fear or a lack of confidence. This is a common challenge, but it can be overcome with practice and the right mindset. Overcoming the fear of speaking English. One of the main reasons people find speaking English difficult is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, or fear of not being understood can prevent people from even trying to speak. But here's the truth. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. Native speakers make mistakes too. The key is to keep practicing and learning from those mistakes rather than letting them hold you back. Breaking down the challenges. 1. Fear of speaking in front of others. Many learners are afraid of speaking English in front of others because they worry about pronunciation or grammar mistakes. The good news is, the more you practice, the more comfortable you will become. Start by practicing alone, then gradually move to speaking with friends or teachers, and eventually, you will find speaking English feels more natural. 2. Limited vocabulary or grammar knowledge. Another common concern is having a limited vocabulary or not knowing all the grammar rules. However, the truth is, you don't need to know every word or every grammar rule to communicate effectively in English. Focus on building a solid foundation of basic vocabulary and grammar, and remember that communication is about getting your message across, not speaking perfectly. 3. Fear of accents or pronunciation. Many learners worry about their accent or pronunciation, fearing they will not be understood. However, the more you practice speaking and listening to English, the better your pronunciation will become. It's important to focus on clarity rather than perfection. Part 2. How to make speaking English so easy. Now that we've talked about the importance of speaking English and overcoming the initial fear, let's dive into how you can make speaking English easy, even if you're just starting out, or if you feel like you're stuck in your learning journey. 1. Start with simple conversations. The first step in making speaking English easy is to keep it simple. Start by engaging in basic conversations. You don't have to use complicated words or perfect grammar. For instance, practice common greetings and small talk like, "How are you? What did you do today? Where are you from?" These questions are simple, but they will help you get used to speaking English and create the foundation for more complex conversations. You might think these small phrases aren't enough, but they're very powerful. Small conversations lead to larger ones, And every time you use English, you are improving your speaking skills. 2. Surround yourself with English. One of the best ways to make speaking English easier is to immerse yourself in the language. Surround yourself with English in as many ways as possible. This doesn't mean you have to go live in an English-speaking country, but you can create an environment where English is part of your everyday life. Here are a few simple ways you can do this. Watch movies, TV shows, and videos in English. Choose shows, movies, or videos that you enjoy and watch them in English. If you're a beginner, start with subtitles in your native language. As you get more comfortable, try switching the subtitles to English or even turn them off entirely. This helps you learn how words are used in context and improves your listening skills at the same time. Listen to English music or podcasts. Listening to songs or podcasts in English helps you get used to the rhythm and flow of the language. Even if you don't understand every word, you'll get a feel for the language, and your brain will start to recognize common words and phrases. Change the language on your phone and social media. If you use your phone or social media apps frequently, try changing the language settings to English. This may seem like a small thing, but you'll see English regularly, and it will make the language feel more natural. 3. Practice speaking. Every day. Just like any skill, speaking improves with consistent practice. The more you practice, the more confident you become. And the great thing about speaking English is that you don't need to wait for a special opportunity to practice. You can practice every day, even if you're by yourself. Talk to yourself. I know it may feel strange at first, but talking to yourself in English is an excellent way to practice. You can talk about your day, describe things around you, or even imagine conversations you might have with someone. This helps you think in English and form sentences naturally. Over time, speaking to yourself will make you feel more comfortable speaking with others. Use language learning apps. There are many apps that help you practice speaking English. Apps like Duolingo, HelloTalk, and Tandem allow you to connect with others and practice English. Some of these apps even let you practice speaking with people around the world, which is an excellent way to build confidence and improve your fluency. Practice with a partner or tutor. Having someone to practice with can make speaking English feel less intimidating. Look for language exchange partners, or if possible, hire a tutor who can correct your mistakes and guide you. Speaking with a partner gives you real-time feedback and motivates you to keep going. 4. Learn phrases, not just words. Instead of memorizing individual words, focus on learning useful phrases and expressions. This will help you sound more natural and fluent when speaking. For example, instead of just memorizing the word happy, learn phrases like, "I'm feeling happy today." "That made me so happy." "She always looks so happy." Learning phrases will make it easier to communicate in everyday situations without having to think too much about grammar or word choice. You'll be able to respond faster and more confidently. 5. Don't fear mistakes. Embrace them. One of the most important things to remember is that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. If you make a mistake while speaking, don't worry. Native speakers make mistakes too, and no one will judge you. The important thing is to keep speaking and learning from your mistakes. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make over time. Mistakes are actually an opportunity to learn, so embrace them. For instance, if you say a word incorrectly, take note of the right pronunciation and try again. Eventually, you will find that mistakes become less frequent and your confidence will grow. 6. Focus on fluency, not perfection. When learning a language, it's easy to get caught up in grammar rules, perfect pronunciation, or finding the right word. However, in real conversations, fluency matters more than perfection. Being able to express yourself clearly, even if you make some mistakes, is far more important than speaking perfectly. Don't worry about speaking with a perfect accent or using advanced vocabulary. Instead, focus on expressing your ideas clearly and confidently. Over time, your grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation will improve naturally. 7. Set achievable goals. Set small, realistic goals for yourself. For example, you can aim to speak for 5 minutes in English every day, or to learn and use 10 new phrases every week. Setting achievable goals will give you something to work towards and keep you motivated. Track your progress and celebrate small victories. Every time you reach a goal, you'll feel more confident, and this will encourage you to keep going. The more you accomplish, the easier speaking English will become. 8. Have fun with it. The more fun you have with learning English, the easier it becomes. Try to make speaking English an enjoyable experience rather than a stressful task. You can play language games, watch funny videos, or even participate in language challenges. When you enjoy the process, you'll be more likely to stick with it and improve faster. You can also find communities of people who are learning English online. Join language forums, social media groups, or online classes where you can connect with others who are learning too. This creates a sense of belonging and turns learning into a social experience. By now, you should see that speaking English is not as difficult as it may seem at first. It all comes down to practice, consistency, and having the right mindset. Every small step you take brings you closer to fluency, and with time, speaking English will become as easy as speaking your native language. Remember, don't rush the process. Speak whenever you can, learn from your mistakes, and enjoy the journey. The key is to keep going, even if you feel nervous or uncertain. Eventually, you'll realize that speaking English is not just a skill. It's a gateway to a world of opportunities, friendships, and personal growth. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. And soon, you'll look back and be amazed at how easy and natural it feels to communicate in English. So take that first step today, keep practicing, and never stop speaking English. Because the more you speak, the easier it becomes.